In person, you get to feel Dan's authenticity.
I don't have other mentors that have gone as far beyond my expectations as Dan has so far.
How do you keep 5,000 people around the world engaged for 6 hours at a time? That is no small feat.
Mr. Dan Locke!
You get some of the most powerful positioning methods and breakthrough business strategies. A first-time customer at best is a good prospect. Write it down.
The principles that I'm going to show you today that are literally going to be game changers for your business if you apply them.
It's so special to have such a good teacher, so structured, so common sense, and to have the business acumen at the same time, and the heart. Oh my God.
And as I got better and better and better and better and then closing more, and I'll show you in the afternoon. You see my progress in the beginning, and then a little bit better and a little bit better, and you will see. It's good because now what you see me is what I do now. But I always want to give you the contrast, because people don't understand, oh yeah, seafood easy for you to say. That's what easy for you to do. I so wish I have closing call that I did back then. It would be so good. I so wish I have those closing calls. Like how bad I was, right? Like reading the script, reading Mr. Prospect from the script. Hey, Mr. Prospect, what can I do for you today? I'm just reading on the script. I was in my head, right? I was like, yeah, Mr. Prospect. And then he was saying a bunch of stuff. Oh, you finished? Okay, then it's my line next. Right? It's like fucking, right? Then the guy hung up on me. The guy just hung up on me. It's unbelievable. Did I tell you the story why I was obsessed with learning one-on-one closing? Did I tell you that story? Anybody know that story? No. Okay. Tell us. Okay. So I was in copywriting, right? So there was this particular prospect called me on the phone through my website, found my work, we booked a time. And at the time we didn't know, so I called him. Right? Not him calling me, not inbound, I call him. And he was asking me about my copywriting service, how much I charge. I was explaining, here's what I do and all this stuff. And then about a few minutes into the call, he was saying, stop! Right? Stop. I said, what? Yeah, stop. He said, in the 5-minute conversation, you made multiple grammatical errors. And you speak with a very thick accent. I can't understand what the hell you're saying. You cannot be good at what you do. I think you're scamming me. And he hung up. That was the first time I felt hurt. Like even in high school, the bully, all that, that's physical. But this is like a spear. Because I was conscious. I know I speak with an accent. I know I'm an immigrant. Right? I was nervous enough trying to make a living, provide for my mom, but that was like, that was an arrow through my heart. That's when I made a decision, right, to say, shit, I'm gonna learn this thing. And also why the part of the challenge, remember I was doing internet marketing, doing the workshop, why I want to master platform closing, partially, maybe the Ruby in me, maybe it is to prove something. But back then, I have this fantasy, that this guy who hung up on me someday will see my fucking name. Or come to one of my fucking workshops and say, yeah, that is you, motherfucker. But I will thank him. Because he gave me that drive, right? That obsession. But that was it. It's like I have this, like maybe someday he would see that and he would knew that he did say something wrong or said something wrong, affected a young man, good or bad, either way, right? But I had this fantasy, and that's why I was obsessed with making that work, right? Because I could see if not just close on the phone, if I could be, you gotta understand, think about across mainstream speakers, across North America, across the world. You give me one, that is a Chinese. It doesn't exist. Like, accomplish what I've accomplished as a speaker, 2 times TEDx speaker, share a stage with the biggest names in the world. At my age and my background, right, as a minority, 0. Except Sifu, yes? Yes. It's none of them. And there will be no another one, I can tell you that. None before me, none after me. I'm certain of that. So that I take pride. Because I know no one would go through that shit to get to where I am. That's for sure. But that's the process.